Good morning, everybody. Stand up. And let's just stand there and invite you to stretch your arms up. Breathe in, bring your arms back down like this. Let's just do that again. And down. And for the third and final time. Thank you. Take a seat. How many of you practice yoga? Who practices yoga? Yeah? Who has ever done a yoga class or something that resembles a yoga class in their life? Okay, I have been going to the same yoga class for 15 years, the same teacher for 15 years. That's actually about as long as I've been coming to Sol and participating in Sol events. And I was thinking, what keeps me going to the same teacher, to the same class? You know, you think I'd get bored with it by now. How many sun salutations can you do and things like that? And what keeps me there is, well, I like it. It's round the corner to me, that helps. But it's my teacher, he keeps changing what he does. So every so often you'll be doing you'll be in some position and he'll introduce a new twist. And it makes me think, and I experience it differently again. And that's what keeps me going. And it made me think that that's a little bit about the work we do as well. You know, solutions focus, it's a lot of we know what it is, and we work as trainers and coaches, and we're always adding a twist or changing it. We've seen them move from steps to noticing. And that's the same with some of the activities we run in our trainings. How can we use them and add a twist and keep them interesting? And so today it's about new twists on some activities that may be familiar to some of you, or using activities we know as we train and work with people. So I'm going to share a couple of activities and see how we go with that. So, South Tyneside Council. Has anybody who's been to Newcastle in the UK? Who knows where it is? As a start. I know there is a Newcastle in Australia, right, as well. So, I've been there, actually. I've been there, yeah. So we were working with South Tyneside Council, the municipality in South Tyneside up in the north of England, and done some workshops, leadership, coaching, and they like this solutions-focused stuff. So picture the scene, it's World Social Work Day. We have a World Social Work Day, did you know that? Yeah, that's really lovely to hear that it is global, right? And they said to me, we like this stuff. We've got 200 social workers. And what we'd like you to do is to get them excited about a solutions-focused community. And we'd like you to do that in 30 minutes. And I thought, yeah, right, okay. So I'm going to run that activity how we did for them. 200 people, we're close. The invitation is, can you find yourselves, the kind of chairs help with this. Can you get into groups of around 6? The chairs are a bit like that, but make yourselves in a group of 6 so that you can have a conversation. Okay, and under one of the chairs in your group, if you are in a sitting, if not, we'll work with you in a minute, there should be a piece of paper. Can somebody find the piece of paper under your group? And if there's are there any spares? So we pass them to the groups at the back. Everyone have that. And in your groups, you have a location. Okay. So who has got the school? Who's got schools? The school. Playground? Library? Anyone got a library? What else is out there? Station and the parks. Okay. And we're going to have a conversation in a moment. I'm going to invite you to have a conversation about this. And to do this, we need a facilitator. And to find a facilitator, we have a way, as you might know. So you're going to raise your right arm. And when I say go, and point your little finger up. And when I say go, you're going to point to the person in your group who would most usefully help you out as a facilitator for the next 10 minutes or so. Go. Okay. We have... Okay. What? Okay, do we have facilitators? Facilitators, raise your hands. Okay, who is the group facilitator? The person. Can I have some help with this? Sophie, where is she? Can someone hand out one of these? Can the facilitator, just one for each facilitator, just one for each group. Because in a moment your facilitator is going to ask you some questions and you are going to answer them. And we are going to contrast a little bit of conversation, problem talk, and solutions talk. So let's practice with a venue. We are going to practice with a venue that we are all familiar with. Has anybody been to an airport recently? Yes, all right. So let's practice our first set of questions with an airport. Oh, I don't know. Is there a spare handout for? If not, it'll be on here. Okay, so we have a facilitator, and you're going to ask the questions about the location on a card. Let's just practice, though, with an airport. So let's start with problem talk, right? So what are the problems with this place? What's the problem with the airport? Tell me. It's noisy. Crowded. Expensive, crowded. It's not clean. Delayed, it's not clean. Yeah, you're good at this, right? What's not working at the airport? Of course, the toilet never works at the airport. Yeah, absolutely. What else isn't working? Ryanair. Oh, the entire airline isn't working. Anything else? Yeah, we get the idea, right? So facilitators, you have a set of questions. They start with these two, and I'll put them up. The invitation to you is to ask your group these questions about your place. What is wrong with this school? What is wrong with this playground? Get as far as you can in the next 5 minutes and see where that takes you as a community. Off you go. How do you feel about your school? Horrible. The library? Yeah. The playground? Get rid of it. Yeah. What else have we got? The station. Oh yeah, definitely. Who cares about the environment? The station's rubbish.
We have a shitty park.
Yeah, and we have. Did you all hear that? All right. So we've noticed where that's taken us and our community. Conversations in the community. So let's contrast that with solutions talk. And again, if these can be handed out to our facilitators, and we'll practice this with our airport. So an airport, let's think about the airport. What do we like here? Shops. What else? Aeroplanes. What else do we like about the airport? You meet interesting people. When I ran this in Australia, they said they like that the airport you can drink all day. So I think so there are some cultural differences here. What's good about this place? What's good about the airport?
The machines that automatically scan your passport work.
Right, the machines. Yay! What? It's free. Yeah, we can spend hours of entertainment there. What else is good about the airport?
Free Wi-Fi.
Huh? Free Wi-Fi. Right. All right. So you get the idea. You can shake off any negativity, and now you can start talking about your school, your library, your station. Facilitators, invite your group to all contribute. Invite them to talk about the venue that you have on your card, getting as far as you can in 5 or 6 minutes. Go. How's the school? Good. Getting better. What do we think of the library?
The best party place in town.
Yeah. How's the station doing? Yeah, all right. And the playground?
Very playful.
It's very playful. So we're having a different conversation. Same venue, different conversations, contrasting problem talk and solutions talk. So you can take a moment in your groups to just reflect and discuss that. 2 different conversations about the same place. And in your groups, just take a few minutes to think about what was the difference from your experience and what difference did that make? And even what difference could that make as well? So take a few minutes to think about that. What difference did that make? What was the difference and what difference did it make?
Energy.
There was more energy, yeah. What else?
More empowering.
Yes, we are empowered. And that's what we need in our communities, right? Empowerment, engagement, more creativity. Did other people find that? More creativity, more ideas? What else? Yeah. So we have more detail, and if we're thinking of our libraries, our schools, that helps, huh?
When we spoke about problems, I felt it was a little bit ridiculous and stupid and silly. It was a joke, haha, but it wasn't real. When we started talking about the solutions, it moved into reality talk as opposed to la la talk.
Some agreement here. So it moved from up there to
Yes.
grounded conversation. Yeah.
I would like to share a paradox thing. When we had the common talk, it started to become very connective. Very connected. So we came into a common space, and then we had this common space, and we changed into solution talk, but we were already connected. We were already connected.
People like to complain together.
And in our experience, they've done plenty of that. So they are connected, yeah.
Well, I found that the willingness and the intelligence of the group here had a lot to do with exercise to come up with ideas.
So you have an intelligent group.
Yes.
And they got more intelligent.
Every second.
Yeah, hey. Watch this group.
I think it develops a sense of optimism. Yeah.
It almost hurts when I say that, and it's of course not true that we heard here sometimes. It was good that we identified the problems first and let the negative emotions out.
Oh, every activity. Yeah.
And who's gonna pay all that?
But also, I had the feeling we identified some problems where we later in the solution talk didn't provide solutions to. So there was some value also in identifying the problems.
In our group, we spontaneously ended up with a very practical action coming out of it that we felt ready to do. And that wasn't even a question.
Yeah, thanks, Catty. We have moved from steps
right.
to noticing. Yeah.
One thing we identified in our after talk is because it was imaginative, we had a lot of fun in the problem talk, and we believe, the point is we believe that if that would be real, obviously that all the other stuff would have happened. But we were very, to some extent, I believe, disconnected with the problem of that problem.
This side of the room is deep. One more, yeah, John.
For me, there was a slight danger in this, is that, all jokes aside, people coming in often are very heated, very invested in the problem. It's affecting their lives, and therefore you really do have to get it out of them. Otherwise, if you start just talking about solution-focused questions, you're going to get lots of kickback. So you have to get the problems out in a safe way.
Well, let's think.
That way isn't a safe way, but that's it.
Let's think about this. So, firstly, suppose our communities had more of these solutions-focused conversations. What difference would that make to the community? What would it do?
Emotions.
There'd be more emotions. If they have more solutions-focused conversations, what difference would it make? Progress. What else? Motivation. If people were more empowered, more inspired, more actions, more creative, yeah.
Creativity.
It would creativity, peace, yeah. So it's useful, right? Confidence. And then we can put our trainer hats on and we can say, what do we think? And we're introducing people to this idea of problem talk and solutions talk. And they notice the difference. 200 social workers leaving a room, noticing the difference. What can that do for a community? We're not asking them to run it with their communities. We're asking them to learn about the different conversations they can have with their communities. And that's the question. Suppose they start having these conversations with their communities, how would that make a difference? Every time a social worker knocks on a door, every time a policeman is talking about community safety. So there's two things, an activity for training and what we want people to do, the conversations that they have. And that's something to think about, is that it excites me that we can do something like this and make the small changes in conversations. And it's this quote, we're going to skip the part where we fight, argue, blame each other, and move on to what we can do about the situation. And also the idea that, I've just blown that, the conversation is the fundamental unit of change. If you change the conversation, you change everything that surrounds it. And it excites me that we can show this to people in 20 minutes and they can change their conversations and it can ripple through. So old take, new twist, old activity. And it's also good to do activities that are less elaborate and can be really quick. So again, please stand up in your groups and create a circle where you are. And with your hands, put your, we're going to do an activity and you can tell me after we've done it what makes it solutions focused. So you're going to put your left thumb up and your right palm out, like so. And then you are going to put your left thumb on the palm of the person next to you and create a circle. Yeah, no, like that, like this circle. Yeah? Everyone has it? Okay. And when I say, so it looks like this. Yeah, everyone is in a circle. Yeah, everyone have it. Look, it looks like this circle demonstrating. I need a person there, but I would be doing that. Thank you. Thank you. And when in a moment on the count of 3, when I say go, you will clasp your hand and lift your thumb up, right? But the winner, your aim is to catch the other person's thumb and free your thumb. So you win if you have done that. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Never practice. Okay, let's try again. Woo! We have a winner. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. And a final time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have some winners over here. And so what makes that solution? What makes that solutions focus?
It's fun.
It's fun. What else? Yeah. It's fun.
You can decide.
You can decide. You can decide. We have different goals all working together. Yeah. Anything else? It takes practice. Yeah. What else makes it solutions focused? Anything else?
It's reactivity, be attentive, and have two things at the same time to do.
Ah, yes.
Which is quite difficult.
And we are looking for signs of progress, right? Yeah.
You can even do it yourself.
That's right. It is making use of what's there. We all have thumbs and we all have palms. Thank you. So we can have quick activities that make a difference. We can teach people solutions focus. We can do quick energizers that have that thread through them. And we can also work with people and share ideas in a solutions focused way whilst not sharing or teaching solutions focus explicitly. And we've been working with resilience a lot. We write about it and we've been talking about it because when we went out to people and said, what does solutions focus do for you? They said it builds resilience, it helps us bounce back, it encourages us, it helps us to grow. And in particular, we've worked with the 4 dimensions of resilience that some of you might be familiar with. This is from a woman called Jane McGonigal wrote a book about this, and we incorporated it into our book because we liked it so much. And she actually woke up one day and she found that she couldn't move. And she had some virus and she was locked in, and she talks about her journey, about how she came back to connect with people, and she writes about games. Her book is about games and gaming. And she kind of put together these 4 dimensions which we've picked up and built on. So 4 dimensions of resilience. The first dimension is physical resilience. Just remember this physical resilience, just a movement this morning as we stood there, and just a simple movement. And we know that one of the biggest causes of depression and downers is a sedentary lifestyle. And we can make a difference by just simply standing up or shaking our arms or going for a walk at any time during the day. So physical resilience. What are some of the things you do to build your physical resilience? What? Sleep, stay fit, yeah. Eat healthy. Running. Breathing, that helps. I've heard that helps. All right, yeah. Breathing. What? Eat healthy. So we have physical resilience. We also have mental resilience, this mind-body connection, keeping our mind sharp. We know the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. All right, this ability to keep us sharp. What's some things you might do to keep your mind sharp? Read. Come here, yes. Reading, yeah. Is that all? Because we have a sharp root. Okay, let's try something. So we have this. We have 101. Start with 101. -7, then minus another 7, then minus another 7. And keep going until you get to a single-digit number. And then you're going to tell me what number. When you've got the number, just put the number of fingers up you think it might be. When you're ready. You could have a guess. I'd love it to be 4.5, but actually it's 3. Yeah, 3. So mental resilience. Emotional resilience. Now we know this is our arena, isn't it, and the positive psychologists, that we know that anything we can do to connect with our positive emotions, the conversations we have, they make a significant difference. Having pictures on your desk, what do we do that helps people, or what do you do that helps you connect with your positive emotions?
Hugging.
Hugging, yes, we have hugging. Is that, what else? Smiling, yeah, looking at pictures of loved ones, telling good music, sharing stories of success. And actually scientists have proven that if you look at an adorable animal just for 30 seconds a day, it makes you feel better. So just take a look. And we then have our final dimension, social resilience, connectivity. And we know about research on gratitude and touch, sending someone a thank you note, all the connections, communities coming together, and touch. Yeah, hey, that's a great one. And we've had a bit of a fix of touch. Did you know that if you shake someone's hand, we heard this yesterday, it releases oxytocin, right? So we had a little bit of touch, but let's get a top up. Just shake the hands of the people next to you. Have a quick shake. Shake hands. Feel that connection. And anytime you need a little bit of a lift, anytime you need a little bit of a lift,
mental resilience.
Wow, I was going to say, anytime you need a lift, just hold on a little bit longer. And that was completely demonstrated there. So we have our 4 dimensions of resilience, and we're going to put them to work with an old activity. They're up there as well. That we have an old activity that we're all familiar with, the game Snap, right? Everyone got the game Snap? I'll tell you about it in a sec if you don't know it. Can I have, again, a bit of help? Because what I'm going to do is we're going to pass these cards. Oh, actually, before we do that, can you, we'll work with some different people, I think. So it's time to have a slight change, if that's all right. I'm sorry. No. I know we've become socially and emotionally connected, but we're going to practice our physical and mental resilience and move. So to do this, in a moment, we're going to stand up, and we're going to, if you stand up, and we are up, and we are going to find 4, 5, 6, between 4 and 6 people who are different group, who are wearing an item of clothing that is the same color as an item of clothing you are wearing, and sit down with them. And it should be on the overclothes. Handfuls to each group. No, handfuls, because everyone needs 10 each. So groups to each. I've got those, but enough so that there's 50, 16 each one. Just make it sure. I have lots. There's loads. Pass them out. Yeah, and I still have more if you don't have enough. I'd rather they had more. And can you sit down with your groups, please? Sit down. Find somewhere to sit. Sit down. In a circle, sit down, yeah. Please sit down with your groups, or stand, but somewhere you can work together. You need a couple more? And as you sit down, you can be thinking about the things you do that help you stay resilient. And there are little sets of cards are coming round. Can you all make sure you've got about 10 cards each? About 10.
So how many do you need?
Oh, 5, 4, 5. That's a bit too many. Join a small if you can. The cards should be coming round, 10 each. I'll tell you what to do with them in a minute. And with the cards, give or take, you are going to take a minute just for yourselves to create a deck of cards, about 10-ish. And on them, you're going to think about the things that you do to sustain your resilience. And you can use the 4 dimensions to help you maybe You know, what do you do mentally to help you? What do you do physically? So jot down. So obviously I would be putting yoga up there. Or what is it you do? So just 10 things, one on each card. A few minutes to jot them down. And we are now going to play the game of Snap. So what will happen is one of you will put down your card. And you might say a little bit about it, just a little bit. So you say, I love to listen to the radio, especially Radio 4. It does this for me. And if others agree or have the same card, you go, snap, right? And the other thing you might say is you might get curious and you might go, I'm interested in that. I don't have that card, but I like to do it. And you might grab another card and just write it down and add it to your deck. And you might equally say, that is just not for me, all right? And then you move around and you play your game of Snap 7, 8, 9 minutes. And I'll tell you when it's time to pause. Is everybody ready to play Snap? Snap means if you get a card the same as someone else, you go snap. It's a match. We play it with numbered cards. So if someone has something the same, we play. You just leave them in the middle. You don't take them, so you just play them. Oh, if you're ready, when you're ready, play Snap and chat. Of course, this is a game you can continue playing all day. You can carry on with your colleagues, your friends. You all have the cards. Maybe it's something to share. How was that for you? Fantastic. How come?
Because, first of all, it's very introspective, but you're also sharing something very vulnerable and real in your group.
Yeah, hi. Hold on. Yeah. Huh. What else? I was trying to, the noise. Yeah, what else? Well, how was it? Yep, hands.
We did snap and clap, that is, give a high five for every snap.
Snap and clap. Yeah, nice. Yep. Huh? We calm down. So we can think about this. We have run this with the Metropolitan Police, with leaders, managers, execs. And you're right, they slow down because we are actually building resilience in the conversations and in the game, and we're having fun at the same time. So resilience, snap, bringing it to life. And again, we might be noticing a change in the system. So a simple game with a new twist. Building resilience, changing the system, creating hope, and noticing. And if we think about what we've done today, new twists, old games, this idea that we train people in solutions focus, we help them think, and also we share ideas. We don't have to explicitly be saying it, but we can put all the principles and ideas to work. And we can work with what we have already and build on it. And as I finish up, you might like to be thinking, what would you notice as you work with groups? What are you noticing about the things you do? What little twists might you add? What difference could that make to you, to others, to the community, and beyond? So thank you very much. Thank you. That is the end of the session.